I want to talk a little bit about the game Box Boy, which came out on the Nintendo 3DS on April 2nd in North America this year. It's a small 2D puzzle platforming game where you play as a little cube who can make replications of himself, other cubes that help you solve puzzles in all sorts of different ways. The game is broken down into little worlds with between 5 to 8, let's say, levels that are all kind of exploring a single concept. So there might be a level about laser beams, there might be a level about buttons, a level of introducing bad guys. The game is minimalist and cute, being mostly black and white and very square-like. But I also can't decide if the pacing is way too slow or exactly what it needs to be. I think the game is well suited for being played in short bursts, whether you're on the bus, waiting for something to happen, just have a few minutes to play. But if you're ever trying to play it for long stretches, I think you start to feel its repetitiveness really quickly. It's interesting to compare and contrast this game to 2008 and 2009's Braid, which was a beautiful, thoughtful, but also small puzzle game. I'm pretty sure it was the creator of that game, Jonathan Blow, who said that specifically each puzzle in that game did not repeat itself. The game never tested you on the same thing twice. It was always doing something new. And from that, there were only a small handful of levels. Contrast that with Box Boy, which has half a dozen levels in the same concept. I don't think this is an inherently bad thing, but it is interesting to note the difference based on how the games were developed for different platforms. Braid was made for the Xbox in mind and for playing in front of a computer or a console, while Box Boy was made just for the 3DS, just for you to pick up, open up, play a level, and maybe put it down. The concepts that work in the game are very interesting, and there are all sorts of novel ways that they use this mechanic of replicating yourself with boxes in different shapes to hook yourself onto a platform, or block yourself from lasers, or stick to surfaces. But that interest was sometimes at odds with feeling like I was going through the motions on some of the worlds. Now later on, I felt around World 13, I started to feel more engaged with every single puzzle being a little more challenging and interesting to take on. I'm only just now in the part of the game where I consider it to be hitting its stride, so we'll have to see if it continues to do that throughout the rest of it. Have you played Box Boy? Do you feel the same way I do? How do you feel about the balance between a game being repetitive and fun, and the difference between being designed for different platforms? Let me know.